Hey, 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 it's Tom here, and also known as the Crypto Blogger, and here we have a little interesting story. I was looking at my site, techbait.net, which you're welcome to bookmark and use regularly. In the Bitcoin section, anonymous cryptocurrency trader buys $400 million in Bitcoin, which led to this story. And they go on and basically they give the Bitcoin address that was used, and people are wondering, who the heck is this? Who's this rich person who's going to, obviously a millionaire, who's going to end up being a billionaire eventually? And nobody really knows, but there's been some work done. I'm not sure if I have it. There's an article here. There's a lot of speculation that this might actually be a wallet that is using the funds, basically banks, and somebody was saying that it's actually belongs to an exchange somewhere in China. So this could actually be some sort of an institution that's pumping money into Bitcoin, was pumping in when it was low, the downturn lately. They know it's going to go back up. So what I'm trying to say here is, buy the dip, right? Look, you can read all the FUD news stories you want. You can buy into that garbage that they're feeding you. A lot of it is manipulation meant to lower the price so they can get in. This is where the financial system is going eventually, okay? All those FUD stories, they're all baloney, okay? They're baloney. They're bull, okay? Bitcoin is virtual, but it's real, okay? Just because you can't hold it in your hands doesn't make it any less real than a copy of Microsoft Word or something like that. Software is real. Software amounts to real money, okay? People spend their entire lives creating software. I work in software. My whole career, my whole livelihood is built on software, okay? You people need to understand, all right? Just because something is virtual and on computers doesn't make it not real, because you can't hold it in your hand, all right? The copy of Windows on your computer, the copy of Mac OS or something on your Mac, or iOS on your phone, it's real, okay? You can't hold it in your hand. You can hold a device in your hand. You know, I can hold a computer that has my private keys on it or something like that, that gives me my cryptocurrency, or that has my operating system or my software, but I can't hold the software itself, just like you can't hold the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is software, okay? But it's real. It's virtual, but it's real. It's just not concrete. It's not physical. It's virtual. But it is real, okay? You need to understand this. You need to understand this. And obviously someone thinks it's real if they're going to pump 400 million into it, you know? So you need to understand these things. And this stuff's not going anywhere, all right? So you have to understand that right here, FOMO only works if you hodl. FOMO is basically, let me find a bigger one here. FOMO is on my website, by the way. FOMO means fear of missing out, okay? And that's what was gripping the market in November and December of 17, when everybody and their uncle was asking, oh my God, how do I get into Bitcoin? Oh my God, it's $20,000. You know, from 10,000 up to 20,000, it was like FOMO city. Everybody was messaging me, how do I do blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden we had the correction. Then all of a sudden nobody was asking me about it anymore. And then you even saw some snarky comments on Facebook. Where's all the Bitcoin boosters? They disappeared. And then you get all the clueless people come out and say, oh, I know it was a scam. Blah, blah. They are clueless, because if you said that, you're clueless. You don't know what you're talking about. These things happen. These dips happen. It's normal in crypto land. Look past the last few years. Same thing. Same thing. And through its whole history, it goes up, it crashes wildly, comes up stronger than ever, crashes wildly. So like now, It's once again over 10,000. We could have another pullback, another minor pullback, but it's headed up. So now it will surpass 20,000, which was the last all-time high. It will eventually, I don't know exactly when, but it's going to pass 20,000. It's going to go up to 40 or higher, right? It'll ride high probably the whole year, all right, provided that some crazy piece of FUD doesn't come out or some politician or national body doesn't do anything stupid and cause a panic sell. But these things do happen, right? And then it will most likely crash terribly. But you see, this time it'll crash from much higher, and it'll probably crash even bigger. So like it could theoretically say go up to 40, 50, 60,000 per Bitcoin, and then it will crash down to like say 30 or 20, which is still around or higher than the last all-time high. But then they'll all come out of the woodwork. Oh, I knew it was over. Oh, blah, blah, oh, it's fake. Oh, blah, blah, oh, it's a scam. And then it'll happen all over again. So don't be one of those clueless retail investors, those mom and pop regular people, Joe Lunchbox, who falls for this garbage. Okay? Don't buy at the all-time highs and then panic sell, because then you lose your money. Okay? If you bought at the all-time high back in December, early January, no problem if you didn't sell, because it's going back up and it's going to surpass that. So just have some patience, okay? So FOMO, fear of missing out when you buy in those frenzy times, only works if you hodl. Hodl is a misspelling of hold, okay? So if you hold it, it's like an old thing in Bitcoin land. Some guy typed it wrong when he was in a crash a long time ago, when it was only in like the hundreds of dollars, and some British guy, and he was drunk and he was typing this out, and his girlfriend was at a lesbian bar or something, and he was like, oh, should I hodl? And he meant to say hold, and it took on, right? So you got hodl. So FOMO only works if you hodl. It only works if you hold. If you panic sell, you buy high, you sell low, you lose your money. Don't complain, it's your fault, okay? If you hold it, it'll go back up. Look, I saw my portfolio drop by thousands of dollars. I didn't go and sell it and give it away. I held it. It's reinflating, and it will reinflate much bigger because I didn't panic sell it. I didn't buy into the bull. I didn't buy into the FUD and the baloney that's out there. All this garbage from this, that, and the other thing. They're just market manipulation, okay? There's a lot of institutional money coming into this. A lot of people putting a lot of money because they know where it's going, okay? So that's the thing. Don't be a loser. Don't be easily manipulated by media and this garbage. Media just wants clicks. They just want traffic to their websites or whatever. They're gonna print whatever's good at the time. When it's on its way up, it'll be in the newspaper say, oh, this thing is unbelievable, blah, blah, blah. When it's crashing, oh, is it the end in sight? That's what they do, okay? You need to learn how to look past that. Be a little sophisticated. So, obviously someone out there is. In spite of all of that, 400 million, they're going to be a billionaire. Probably not one person, though. This might be an institutional pot here. But that even says more if it's institutional, right? Because that means that the institutions really do believe this is real. They're talking out of both sides of their mouth. They're market manipulating on one side, trying to talk the price down. Then they're buying the dip, okay? They're buying the dip, which is what everybody should have been doing if they had money to buy the dip. If you didn't have money to buy the dip, but you were invested, it was hold through the dip, hodl through the dip, okay? And that's that. So, don't be a loser. Don't be one of these people who believes this garbage, this anti-crypto garbage, because you're the one who's going to lose, right? So anything else? There was something else I wanted to say. Sorry. Give me a second here. When you get older, things start to you had this on the tip of your tongue. There was something else I wanted to say. But I'm not going to, I don't know if I could pause this thing. It'd be nice if I could pause this thing and then just come back to it. I don't feel like editing. So, I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'll just end it here. So I'll do another video if I can remember what the heck that stray thought I had that I wanted to touch on was. So anyway, come to my site, techbait.net. It's constantly updated. You can join all the exchanges here. I've got all the handy links to the various exchanges that you can join your crypto account. Get a cool t-shirt here. FOMO only works if you hodl. This is great stuff here, people. Hardware wallets, you want to keep your stuff off the exchanges. You have a big assets. Keep your private keys safe. Trezor and Ledger Nano. These things are what you want. Tax worries. This right here. This is the answer. This is the answer. This here. Come to my site. Come to my site and click on it. This here will take care of the whole tax thing if you're a frequent trader. It will keep track of all your coins through API calls to the various API communication to the various exchanges, and it will keep track of what you owe in the currency, prepare a tax report. It costs money to have the tax report part of it, but it's worth it. And you can give that to your accountant, and you don't have to worry about the IRS nailing you for tax evasion, okay, or whatever your tax authority is. So in the US and the UK, it's the IRS. In the US, it's the Internal Revenue Service. In the UK, it's the Inland Revenue Service. Same abbreviation. Somewhere else, it's something else. But the bottom line is they're all out to get your money, tax you. That's government's job, to tax you. Tax you and protect you. So that's what you need to do. So get over to my site, techbait.net, where I have all this stuff. All these great news stories, including a lot of techno stories, not just, I got widgets and stuff, but a lot of technology stuff too, not just crypto. This is not just a crypto site. This is technology, right? I work in software. I've been a computer nerd for a long time. Hardware nerd, hardware geek, you name it, Linux. I got everything on here. I got Slashdot, Wired, Mashable, Tom's Hardware, you name it. Hacker stuff, programming, it's all here. Okay, and some other fun stuff too. So you really need to get over to my site and bookmark it and share it. Cryptocurrency, technology, and science news you can use, right? Techbait.net, very easy, rolls off the tongue. Techbait, right? This is what you want. So, and you see the stories that, you can keep up on what's going on, and you can, you're going to get, this is just an RSS scraper, so it's going to get the FUD stories as well as the real stories, but when you start to see this stuff over and over, you start to learn which is FUD and garbage, media garbage, and which is the real stuff. And sometimes you see, a lot of times you see the articles that refute the FUD. So you get a handle on what's going on in the crypto world and in technology in general by this one site. This one site. All right, I put it together for my own use originally, and this is good stuff. This is good stuff. You don't need to have, you hit it from anywhere. It renders great on a phone. You don't see the side panel, the sidebar here on a phone. This whole center panel just straight down, and it's great. It just launches a new browser window with the story. You want to see this? Boom, there it is. New browser window. There's the story. Kill it. You're back to the main site. Couldn't be easier. So. Get on over there. Sorry, get on over there and remember, buy the dip. Bitcoin's not going anywhere but up, folks. Even if it comes down temporarily, it's still going up. Okay? Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. It's here to change the world. All right? You can either be on, once again, you can either be with the technology that's going to change the world, or you could miss it, and then 10 years from now kick yourself in the ass for missing it. Your choice.